Culture and Society in the Progressive Era and How John Muir and Mother Nature is Involved. AP US History by Olivia, Sam, and Kiera. The Progressive Era was a time in 1890 to 1920 where it started as a social movement in society, but later turned political among America. Progressivism was built among ideas like poverty, class welfare, racism, greed, etc., and in turn to fix these issues like better education, efficient workplaces, and overall better environments were solutions. However, the people standing for the idea of progressivism were those who lived in bigger cities and were college educated. Like ideals today, the issues progressive reformers focus on were bigger companies and their greed, fear of immigrants, and what the democracy meant and how it can be seen. Local leaders urged Americans to fight against the political corruption, and use their vote to influence the social/economic issues around them. Progressivism was ended in World War I when the horrors of combat and war exposed cruelty on a larger scale, in which was associated with Woodrow Wilson and how he correlated progressivism in war. Images on the slide show the progressive era and basically what people stood for and were fighting for. If we take a look at social Darwinism and how it incorporates the society of the progressive era, we see that Darwinism is the idea of plants and animals who are inferior. They will outlive each other, basically known as survival of the fittest. So social Darwinism is the ideas of those who are better will get farther in life in terms of wealth and business. However, social Darwinism has been used to justify racism, abuse, and social inequality and imperialism in the past, and it still is today. And it was actually originally rejected in the early progressive era, whilst it justifies the opposite of what the reform/era stood for. Decided to focus on John Muir and Mother Nature. So he was actually a conservationist who acted as a farmer, inventor, shepherd, naturalist, explorer, and writer. He had a love for earth and soil, and he traveled to different parts of the world observing nature and his appreciation for it. He eventually started writing and publishing his writing that was read by presidents, congressmen, or even regular average people who were just inspired by his literature. He fought so many battles to conserve the Yosemite and Sierra Nevada. John Muir also advocated for land and started fighting less for railroads and destruction of soil due to industrialization in the progressive area. We see that Muir correlates to the progressive era and culture and society because we see how he advocated for nature and the decrease of pollution, and how industrialization and society, because it was obviously bad for the environment, and bigger corporations who industrialized America were greedy with their wealth, and corporations which started to corrupt America. And these leaders and CEOs of people who overviewed these huge companies, they didn't really care about nature. They just cared about their money, which was a very big idea in society in that time era. So he wanted to make these issues simpler due to his ideas of naturalism. Culture in America around this time revolved around big corporations and a lot of money, like I said earlier.